Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Blake Green. I'm a cloud architect and AWS community builder. So yesterday, I released a video about a modern SSH with Leap and AWS SSM. Little did I know that they were going to roll out a complete new rebranding of the Leap product and kind of completely redo everything that they've done and make it look, much nicer and whatnot. But I figured I would do another video as an update to my video yesterday to kind of go through some of the updates and take a look at, from yesterday, what has improved and what looks different as far as, accessing, securely accessing your AWS accounts using Leap, and then ultimately, SSHing into your EC2 instances running in that AWS account. So as you can see on the screen here, they have a brand new website, again from yesterday, but you can see it's pretty slick. They've I don't know if they heard my modern, or took that modern approach that I've been kind of describing, with SSH, and applied it to their website and their product or their application. So it looks really slick, really smooth. They did a great job on this, sort of landing page. You can see here, there's like a screenshot of the actual application. Looks a little bit different. And we'll kind of, go through that a little bit more too. But they, kind of kept the same concept here, where they're identifying, 4 different key areas why Leap makes a lot of sense for cloud developers. Again, that, being lightning fast, in that you can click on an account and it sort of generates those credentials and sets them for you, so that, again, whenever you're in your SSO portal, you're not having to kind of manually go in, click, and then set, environment variables and profiles and stuff like that. Additionally, we kind of touched on it yesterday, again, with the secureness or the safety of it, where it stores, that sensitive data in an encrypted system vault, kind of the single pane of glass, right, where you connect to an identity provider, such as like AWS SSO, and then it's sort of that single pane of glass where you can see all of the different accounts that you have access to and the roles that you can assume into that account, and then having automatic temporary cloud credentials generation and rotation. So whenever you stop a session with Leap, it actually clears out that credentials file for you, which is super nice. And then they kind of go into some of their, open sourceness. I think they're encouraging, contributions and stuff like that if you're interested in helping the project grow. Obviously, they're very active in building out this product, and it's they're off to a good start and continuing success. So then they kind of go through like a high level 3-step process, which I kind of touched on yesterday, but you can see here they've kind of created a bit more content around really how easy it is. And it starts with configuration and setting up your cloud provider, and using whatever identity provider. So automatically provision your sessions from SSO via Leap integration. By the way, I actually don't know if it's pronounced Leap or if it's Leapp or something like that. So if anyone out there is watching and they have maybe like they can describe how to pronounce it. That would certainly help. But for now, I'm just going with Leapp because, I don't know. And then, so then on the connect stage, again, where we can, click on an account and then access it, it automatically generates those short-lived credentials for us and stores them, securely and encrypted. Again, we'll kind of walk through that as well. And then operate. So similar to what I touched on yesterday, but if an instance has the SSM agent and the role installed or assigned to that instance, you would be able to use the SSM session or instance connect to it'll show up as a drop down for the region that you select, and then you could just automatically drop into that instance. So again, same CDK stack here, where we're deploying a VPC, an IAM role, attaching that SSM policy to the role, and then assigning that role and deploying that instance inside the VPC. This is just a T3 micro running Amazon Linux 2, which has the SSM agent pre-installed or baked into the image. So we didn't have to do anything other than just assigning that policy or to that role and then the role to the instance. So that's currently deployed in US East 1. So if we come over to the Leapp application, you can see it's pretty nice here. They've definitely made some improvements. It looks a bit more I don't know, like enterprisey, I guess you'd say. But they added some neat functionality where it just looks a bit more organized, I guess. Whereas in the previous version, it was kind of all the accounts were sort of stacked together and couldn't really organize it appropriately. I like this, I like this idea of pinning accounts, because most of the time there's specific accounts that I'm accessing more than others, even though, I might have access to that account. I don't really need to interact with it from like a CLI or, using the SSM agent. And so, you could, after you set up your integration, you could see your list of accounts that you have access to. And then right here, I've just pinned my Sandbox account here. It shows you the provider. You could change the name of the profile and the region. But overall, it's really, really nice because it just kind of, shows you sort of all of the configuration components, like even the role that you're assuming in there, right? Which is just makes it easier. Again, that whole single pane of glass, so that you, as a cloud developer, know what account and what role you're getting into, what name, so on and so forth. And so it's kind of still hidden a little bit over here, where if you kind of hover over the account or the session, there's these three little dots here that if you click this, it opens up some more options. And you could either stop the session, which I had mentioned, if you stop the session, it will clear out the credentials file for you. You could change the region and the name of the profile. Here we could set view the SSM sessions, which we'll do in just a second. But here, you could copy the account number, the account ID, the role ARN, again, pinning sessions or deleting the session as well. So we'll click on the view SSM sessions. And, again, similar to what we did yesterday, we'll hit the drop down and select US East 1. and it kind of goes out and looks for instances that have the SSM role and agent installed on it. This is pretty cool. I don't remember this, if this was if this is a new feature or not, but let's say you have a bunch of different instances deployed in that region that have the SSM agent installed and the role. You could search by filter. So I think I don't know. I'm not too sure how that works actually, but it shows up automatically here for our Leap Stack instance. Again, if I come over to the account, this is the running instance in my AWS account. Still no public IP address, no key pair, no port 22 is still not open. And yet, we can click this connect button and it will automatically open up a SSM session for us to sort of interact with and access this EC2 instance running in our account. So if I do another if config, this is that same IP address here that we are connecting to in our account. So similar sort of setup there. Oh, hey Andrea, thanks for joining. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through the new setup. I figured it was a good time to kind of, since it just happened yesterday, just kind of like look at it again, and it looks really awesome. I think it's a slick interface now. You can kind of see everything that you need to from this new sort of look at Leap, and I think it's really awesome. I'm going to continue to use it. I highly recommend it to all of our clients that we have. It's just the easiest way that I've found to sort of jump between different integrations, right? Because we have multiple customers that we have to interact with. So if we get access to their SSO, it's just super easy to kind of jump back and forth in a secure way. And I'll continue to kind of use it. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.